What's good, y'all? I was going through my email yesterday, and I found these rare pictures I had took at the Dallas Mavericks championship parade last year, this last summer after the finals. So I had video footage from the parade too that I wanted to upload, but the phone and stuff I had it on is long story, it's gone now. But I still had the photos that I forgot about. So since I had them photos, I'm finna show them photos and pretty much talk about why the Mavericks was so successful last season. Just talk about the 2010-2011 season and what made them so great. But before I talk about that, I want to talk about this Lamar Odom situation. I made a video, audio on this when I first heard about it early Monday morning, but I uploaded it, and for some reason it never showed on my page for some reason. So I'm gonna talk about it now. Pretty much, Lamar Odom is he's not released from the team. They just put him on inactive list, and he won't be playing for the rest of the season. Now, in that first video I made, I was saying that if they really need him in the playoffs, they'll probably put him on the active list. But since I read more on the situation since then, and I read about the altercation with on Saturday at the Memphis game, first with Mark Cuban during halftime. They said Mark Cuban confronted Lamar Odom and asked him was he in or out, pretty much, because he haven't been seeing effort from Lamar Odom, which I haven't either. From looking wise, I know what I'm trying to say. His looks on the court look like he haven't been in the game mentally, and pretty much then after he only played 4 minutes that game, which was in the first quarter, and Rick Carlisle didn't put him in again. After that confrontation with him and Mark Cuban at halftime, they say Lamar Odom did not return to the bench until the fourth quarter. So I guess he stayed in the locker room or whatever. I guess he was pissed off. When he came back out, he still didn't get in the game. They lost that game. And then reports came out. It kept saying a player's wife. And then I read on one article that it was Jason Kidd's wife, Ashley, who leaked the story that Dirk Nowitzki and Lamar Odom had a fight. And they say Dirk put them hands on him. From what I read, they say Dirk was getting in that ass. Shit, Dirk, and he don't like losing, hell. But yeah, they say Dirk confronted him like he does all players, all his teammates when he feel they not giving it 100%. You know, Dirk has a history of doing that. That's what leaders do. He confronted Eric Dampier years ago. He was saying they weren't getting play from their centers. He confronted Jason Terry during the finals last year, which was probably the reason they won. That's why Dirk's a leader. He confronted Jason Terry, saying he haven't been showing up. After Dirk said that, Jason Terry showed up, and they won the finals. So he's a leader. That's what leaders do. Lamar Odom didn't like what Dirk was saying. I don't know exact words what was being said. He didn't like or agree with what Dirk was saying to him. And I guess the other players, from what I read, was agreeing with Dirk. And one thing led to another. A fight broke out. They say Dirk put hands on him. They broke it up. Dirk went to Mark Cuban and told him to do something about it. And this is what they chose to do. They go keep him inactive, just so they could trade him at least on draft night or something and get something for him. And I just read the Golden State Warriors are interested in Lamar Odom right now. So right now anything is good for Lamar Odom. He could be the main cause of Dallas Mavericks if they don't make the playoffs this year. He could be the cause of it. Well, a big part of the reason. He won't be the only reason, but he'll be a big chunk of the reason if they don't. And they've been in the playoffs, I believe, every year for the past 11 years. So hopefully chemistry comes together now and things get better. But back to the last season, I just had a gut feeling Mavericks was going to pull it off. Everybody was on the Miami Heat bandwagon, either as haters or as bandwagoners. I was watching. Of course, I'm keeping up with Dallas, and I just knew Dallas was go take it out. The only team I was worried about Dallas facing was San Antonio in the playoffs. All them other teams, I just knew Dallas could beat them. They had a great regular season. They had a great team. You see, that's why people are so caught up in this superstar bullshit that's been going on in the league lately. I got a cold, y'all, but people are so obsessed with that. Whereas in Dallas, they kept it original, I could say. They had one superstar in Dirk Nowitzki. He's that go-to guy when the tough get going, get about the dirt, and there's a good chance he gonna make something happen. They added Tyson Chandler. Like I believe I said in another video. I knew once Dallas got a quality center to replace Eric Dampier, that they would be a quality team. That's all they've been missing. If you go back and watch and look at all their other seasons before then, in this past decade, the Dirk Nowitzki era, all they've been missing was a center. That's it. They done went from Sean Bradley to they had Eric Dampier. They had Ray LaFrance. I think he was the power forward, but had some terrible centers, pretty much. But that once they got Tyson Chandler, people overlooked that because of the LeBron decision and all that. So it wasn't a big deal about that. I knew it was because they had Jason Kidd, a Hall of Fame point guard. JJ Barea, at the time we thought Rodrigo Barbaro was gonna be the backup point guard, but he got hurt his foot before the season. So we had JJ Barea, a slasher. He was a midget, but he was a slasher, and he could get to the hole. He was pretty much one of the only players on the team who could get to the hole like that, like anytime he want. You had Jason Kidd, a Hall of Famer, who knew how to play the point guard position how it's supposed to be played. Then you got a shooting guard. You had Deshaun Stevenson, somebody who plays hard defense, which something Dallas Mavericks been lacking in years before then. You had Jason Terry coming off the bench. He could score. We know what he could do. You go to small forward. We got Sean Marion, a hard defender, a good post player. He's just a good all-around player. They go and they trade Alexis Jensen somebody I forgot his name for Peja Stojakovic. I knew that was a good deal from the jump because he's a spot up shooter, and that's what the Mavericks were good at, driving to the hole and kicking the ball out to a spot up shooter. They signed Corey Brewer. He didn't play too much, but he was a big part of that championship run, especially during the LA series. Power forward, they had Dirk. We all know about Dirk. You know what I'm saying? No need much to say about that. You go to center. They had Tyson Chandler, of course, and Brandon Haywood, two starting centers, pretty much, but one coming off the bench. And they had Jan Mahimi, who I had my eye on. He's doing good this year. I knew he had the potential. So just like in the finals when Brandon Haywood got hurt, Jan Mahimi stepped up. He didn't have a big impact, but he had an impact. They had a quality team. They had players who went out there and played a role. They didn't have players like a team like LeBron and Dwayne Wade, players who could just do everything. And then, therefore, the team would just depend on them players to do everything. You know, rebound, assist, score, all that. Every player had a role. They knew they needed each other to do their job, pretty much. If you was a rebounder, go rebound. If you was a scorer, you scored the ball. Deshaun Stevenson, he was there for defense and spot up threes, and he did his job. He played hard defense and he spot them threes up. Jason Kidd played defense. He got the ball. He got assists. Gave the ball to the right player at the right time, and hit spot up threes. JJ Barea, he drove to the hoop and he either took it in on you or he dished it to an open 3-point shooter. That's why the Dallas Mavericks won the championship. People overlook that. They look at it as in the Lakers, they was going through some things so they couldn't play like they wanted to. Oklahoma City Thunder was too young, so the Miami Heat, they choked. The LeBron James Heat, they choked. You could say they choked, I guess it depends how you look at it. I look at it as in Rick Carlisle came in with a game plan to shut the big three down, and the team executed that game plan. It wasn't a fluke they won. That was not a fluke. They went to a zone because they knew the Miami Heat couldn't play in the zone. Everything Dallas was doing, I was calling it. Most of the people in my house was going for Miami. I live in Dallas, but majority of my family is from Oklahoma, and so they was going for the Thunder. I like Thunder as my second team because that's my second home. But since Dallas beat Oklahoma, they was going for Miami. I was telling them once Dallas limit the turnovers, it forced Miami Heat to play in a half court offense and not in transition. They was gonna they was gonna win that series. They look, oh, you crazy. LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, da 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 da, all that superstar bullshit y'all be talking nowadays. Fuck that. The Dallas Mavericks was a team, and even Obama said it, even though he had no business talking sports, hell. But even he said the Dallas Mavericks was a true team, and that's why they won. Pedro Stojakovic got to retire with a ring. Jason Kidd got the ring he deserved. Dallas Mavericks was just a true team. And that's what's been going on this season. They haven't had a chance to become that true team. Lamar Odom, his head wasn't in the game, and good thing he gone because he a big cause of it. But if they get this chemistry going, they got a decent chemistry now. It's not like last year, but they got a decent chemistry. And when they went into the playoffs last year, they wasn't on a losing streak, but they was having a bad. They last about 10 games was terrible. They went to the playoffs and turned the switch. Hopefully they can do it again this year because they gonna need it. This is they got a chance to repeat, but hell, it ain't gonna be easy. So that's my thoughts on that Lamar Odom situation and on the team chemistry last year and what made them so great last year. Get off this LeBron James choke. That's why the Mavericks won last year. The Mavericks won because they are great. They was a great team at the time, and they got a great coach. So that's all I got to say. I'm gonna holler at y'all.